Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk about Pochettino. As we all know, Pochettino has been sacked by Tottenham, which happened on Tuesday. And it almost broke the internet because I was looking at that news on Twitter, on Instagram, on ESPNFC.com, on Bleacher Report, on Facebook. It was everywhere. Because Pochettino gave Tottenham everything and he brought the best version out of Tottenham, out of all his players. He even brought them into the Champions League final, and that's something that Tottenham has never done before. But because of this season, because of poor form that Tottenham is in, currently they're at 18th place. I believe he has been sacked and replaced by Jose Mourinho. So it was a bummer like hearing that. Now he has no team to coach, and reports have been flying all over the web that Pochettino can make a potential move to FC Barcelona, because as we all know, you and me are not that happy with our coach, Valverde. So it only makes sense for these reporters to throw out this news out to our faces about this rumor. Because Pochettino has a lot of relationships with the Barca squad. For example, back in 2014, when Griezmann was looking for a move away from Real Sociedad, he attracted interest from Tottenham. And at that time, Pochettino was looking to rebuild his team with Tottenham. But Pochettino always wanted to coach Griezmann. At the time, Griezmann said, "I was still in Turkey, and when I got a call, Real Sociedad had set my release clause at 30 million euros. Antoine, we've got Tottenham interest. They are ready to pay 20 million pounds, around 25 million euros. But I don't know if the Real president is going to accept that. They're discussing it together." So if Pochettino does move to Barcelona, he'll finally get the chance to coach Griezmann, who he has long admired. Pochettino also admired Messi for a very long time. He always respected him as a player. He believed he was the best player in the world. And even before the Barca versus Tottenham match, Pochettino explained that he wasn't even worried about Messi. He told his players to just enjoy playing against him. He said, "I'm not going to try and find a solution. I am going to say to the players, enjoy playing against Messi, because you are going to have the opportunity to play against one of the best players in the history of football. More than it worrying you, it needs to excite you to play, and so you can say, like you say to me, oh, I played against Messi, or I played against Maradona, or I played against Ronaldo." So yes, it is true. Pochettino is a huge fan of Lionel Messi. Pochettino also showed interest into coaching Messi. He said, "I remember that summer, he was so close to moving to Espanyol. If he did, maybe he could have been the biggest star in Espanyol. We should be the Barcelona. He would have been my teammate, and maybe I would still be in Espanyol managing him." And so Pochettino does have a great relationship with Messi, but there is one problem with Pochettino and Barcelona, is that Pochettino did play for Espanyol. Espanyol is in the city of Barcelona. Espanyol is Barcelona. So the club Espanyol and the club FC Barcelona are rivals. And every time they play, it's always a big deal. And having Pochettino coach Barca would be a huge disrespect to Espanyol, who was Pochettino's old team and his old club where he was manager. Every time Espanyol and Barcelona play, because back in 2018, Espanyol had a game against Barcelona and Espanyol gave Barcelona their first defeat, which was 1-0. And the fans of Espanyol were getting at Piqué saying Shakira is a whore or his son must die. And so they were saying a bunch of rude things, a lot of disturbing comments to Piqué. So you can see that every time Espanyol and Barcelona plays, it gets real serious. It's almost as if they play the game as in, who is the better club in the city? So not only is there always tension between Espanyol and Barcelona, but Pochettino has said that he never wants to manage Barcelona, because again, he is a ex-Espanyol player. So they asked him like about a year ago if he would ever coach Barcelona. He said, "But I am a Espanyol supporter. I don't think I need to speak too much. It's like if one day Daniel Levy sacked me, in a few years it would be impossible for me to manage Arsenal. In football, I know it is so difficult to keep your values and to be loyal with your heart and emotion. But for me, before being a manager, before being a player, being loyal is more important. I am an Espanyol fan. I love Espanyol. It's like Tottenham for me now. It will be impossible one day to move to Arsenal. It will be impossible." So what he's trying to say is that he doesn't want to turn his back on his old club because he loves Espanyol so much. He wants to keep that loyalty in his heart. He has always been open into admitting that he would never coach Barcelona. He even said, "I would never coach Barcelona," he said last year. "I would sooner go back to my farm in Argentina. I am very attracted to Espanyol. I'm a big fan of Espanyol. I'm faithful to my heart and my emotions." Then to close it all down, he has beef with Xavi Hernandez, because back in 2017, Xavi has said that Dele Alli is the type of player that Guardiola would like to buy. And so Pochettino thought that Xavi was trying to help his former friend Guardiola into getting Manchester City better. And Pochettino found huge disrespect from that. So Pochettino replied back and said, "He's in a period when he loves to talk. He's in Doha. And listen, he was a Barcelona player. he's my enemy. He tried to destroy our forces to win because he hates me because he's Barcelona, a player, a fan, you know. I don't know what Xavi said, but he is working for Man City maybe. He wants to help Guardiola and company. So even if he decided to coach Barcelona, he would bring nothing but tension in the locker room, on the field, and to the Barca board. And you never know, maybe potentially Piqué and Pochettino could clash because of the disrespect that Espanyol fans bring to Piqué and his family. And if Pochettino does manage FC Barcelona, it could keep Xavi from coming back to FC Barcelona as a manager. And I know the board would not like that to happen in the club. So it's best to look at other options. And so I'm going to close it here. Pochettino is a big no for FC Barcelona. If I was the president of FC Barcelona, I would not allow such toxic situations happen in FC Barcelona. So on to other news. I want to speak about Gallardo to Barcelona. This morning, Rivaldo spoke out to Betfair about Gallardo potential move to coach Barcelona after Valverde. And so this is what Rivaldo said. His work at River Plate is still fantastic. He won the Copa with them last year. He is ready to take on a challenge like going to Europe and training a great team like Barcelona. So the final in South America is going to happen this Saturday. And so the reports of Gallardo linking with FC Barcelona is going to get stronger and stronger. But I just find it disrespectful how Rivaldo is talking about this coach in Argentina replacing Valverde when right now Valverde is coaching Barcelona. You should never do that. You should never speak about someone being replaced while they're still in that position. And also Rivaldo has no position in the club to be speaking about this situation. Like, he's not the sporting director, he's not the president, so I don't know why he's talking. And also we have yet to hear about anything from the Barcelona board to the players speaking about Gallardo. But he has been admired by Guardiola and other coaches. But until we hear from the players or from the board, then we can have a serious conversation about this coach. But what we do know is that these questions and rumors will be answered by the end of December. Gallardo will finish his South American Cup final where his season is coming to an end. And Barcelona could be finishing their most important and toughest month yet, where the club could decide if they want to move forward with Valverde after December. Because if you look at the schedule for that month, it is so crucial. I have been talking about this since literally at the beginning of October, because ever since they announced that El Clasico is going to be pushed back into December, that month is going to be very hectic and very compact, and we have to be ready for that month. So not only are we going to see a lot of good games on December, we're also going to get a lot of answers, because that month is either going to be a make it or break it season for FC Barcelona. It's also going to determine where we are going to stand in the UCL group and in La Liga standing. So look, if we look at those matches in December, we have so look, we could count Dortmund because the Dortmund game is going to be on November 27th, so let's just count that in as December. And so if you look at the games, we have Dortmund, which is going to be a huge test for us. It's something that we have to win. We're going to have Atletico Madrid. That game is always going to be tough. We have Mallorca. We have Inter Milan. We're going to Inter Milan and try to steal that win so we could top the UCL group. Then we have Real Sociedad and then El Clásico. So as you can see here, we have 2 UCL matches and 3 La Liga games, and one of them is going to be El Clásico. And at the moment, in the table, we're tied with Real Madrid. If we lose that game, we'll end up being second or third place, depending if we win against Atletico Madrid. If Valverde gets all of this wrong and lose against Inter Milan in the UCL, then the board might take action. That is where we can finally start saying, okay, Gallardo might come to FC Barcelona. But as of right now, at this moment, if you're watching this video, it is a hell no. He's not going to come unless we see the results after those games in December. Now moving on into Ansu Fati. Kluivert, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry. There's a lot of names out here in the football world where I don't know how to pronounce, because look, listen, we know so many names from Germany, from Spain, from England, from Italy, and we have to learn how to pronounce them. It's like almost learning a second language. I'm sorry for pronouncing it wrong, but I'm going to show the name, I'm going to show the picture and everything. So Kluivert, who spoke with Rack 1, spoke about the status of Ansu Fati, how Barca signing Neymar could hinder Ansu Fati's growth in the club. And so this is what he said. You never know, but as you've seen, it's not easy to sign Neymar for 2 reasons. Qatar, and also the fact that if you bring Neymar, you slow down some players that are already in the club. But Ansu Fati, who plays the same role, you put the brakes on him or other players. What do you want to do? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Do you want Neymar? Do you want young players to come through? Or do you want both? So to me, it's a very simple solution. And I have talked about this so many times. If Barcelona wants to create their next big dynasty, life after Messi, then they're going to have to move on from Neymar. Ansu Fati has been the biggest breakout star in La Masia since Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi in 2005. It would be foolish for Barca to block their biggest academy star since 2005 just to bring in Neymar. And if Barca is looking to have both in the squad, then massive decisions have to be made in the summer of 2020, which is going to involve Griezmann, Dembele, Suarez, and potentially Perez, meaning 3 of those players will have to see out from the club, and so Barca can accumulate cash. So what I would say is keep it as it is, sell Suarez and bring in Lautaro Martinez, and then we will be all good, because Barcelona and the board makes it a lot harder than it should be. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. You can find me on other social media platforms. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm gonna put all of that information down there below. And again, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll be covering the rest of the news for Barcelona in the coming days. And so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.